Hello, everyone. We have another thing. It's me, Devareay, and this is Claire.
Hey.
This is Austin. You probably recognize him from some of my terrible short films.
That's me.
And behind the camera is the amazing Jen. You want to give the people a wave, Jen?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say give it a round of applause.
Probably not. Okay. Jen, we love you, Jen. We love you, Jen. You're great. All right. So we watched The Lobster, and
Critically acclaimed.
they can't hear you.
It's critically acclaimed, guys.
How do
What the fuck?
We saw The Lobster, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. And what's it about? You say what it's about, Claire. We'll give you this.
Oh my god. Where do I even start? Okay, so basically it's a dark comedy about kind of like a dystopian future thing in a world where it's not acceptable to be single. So people that get divorced or if their spouse dies have to go to this hotel to find a match within 45 days.
My notes suck. I'm sorry. This is a way better synopsis than mine. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You know what? And this is just my like mental
Say
notes.
it. Just say it.
Okay, anyways. So fuck your notes. Okay, anyways. So, okay, they have to go to this hotel and find a match within 45 days. And there's all these weird rules and things that they have to do. And then, what?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, that was so mean. It was so aggressive.
Talk.
Okay, there's all these weird rules and like things that they have to do, like rituals and stuff like that. And then at the end of the 45 days, if they don't find someone to be in a partnership with, then they have to choose to get turned into an animal, which is where it like it's just like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? But that's it.
Were you already high?
Yes. No.
Was that it for the synopsis? Is that it?
No.
Oh, there's more?
There is more. Okay.
All right.
And so this guy,
Oh, there's
Colin Farrell,
Spoilers. It's almost gonna be spoilers.
there's going to be spoilers. Like, duh.
We're
We're talking about the
about-
fucking plot. Partially.
Well, synopsis is you say everything but the damn story.
I don't care. I'm saying the story, man.
Fine.
Okay.
Just spoilers.
I don't-
Spoilers. Okay. Talk.
This is my early Christmas gift, is spoiling movies for people. So, this guy, Colin Farrell,
David.
got David Farrell.
No.
What?
Colin Farrell's the actor.
He played
Oh
the
yeah,
guy
that
David.
I was like, what? Am I like stupid?
David.
Okay, yes,
No,
the
just
guy's
high,
name is
that's all.
David, and I honestly like never fucking remember people's names for movies. But so David goes to this hotel because he's getting divorced with his wife, and it's basically like his kind of follows him and like the people that he meets there and like the failed and non-failed relationships or whatever that he built, and then
Failed
he
and non-failed?
decides,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Failed and non-failed?
well, it depends what you define. Obviously,
Actually,
like.
okay. I was
yeah.
being an asshole. All right. Okay.
Cause so like the friends and then also the like end lady. So basically when people don't want to get turned into like the animal, they can run away.
Well,
or-
they can't. It's
They can't. It's not a
Yeah.
choice, but they choose to run
yes, they
away,
can run away.
which is like bad. And the people from the hotel like do this thing for the guests that are staying there, the people that are trying to find their partner, that each day they go out and hunt the loners, which is the
single
single people. And then like I'll just probably give this to you in a second because I've been talking for a fucking while.
It's
And I'm starting to okay. So anyways, they go and hunt the single people, and for each like person that they get another day in this hotel and like another day at a chance to find a partner.
You're saying the whole movie.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
really
give it- okay. You're done.
Yeah, okay.
Synopsis. It's awesome. Do you want to sum it up?
I've never been good at telling
It's
stories.
fine. Do you want to sum this up, or do you want me? Because I have a one sentence plot synopsis.
Oh.
To sum
Did I
this
just make
whole
you feel
oh,
bad?
that was really close to my mouth. I saw that. To sum this whole movie up, super awkward. A
Give
little
us-
bit, yeah.
It's not. This is not the plot synopsis. Just It's
Like, God,
whatever. You got the gist of the movie. I hope so.
you got some shit.
Okay. We'll start with you, Austin, because Claire talked forever. What did you like about the movie? We'll start with what we liked.
That's a fun one. I should have gotten that one.
You should have.
Why
I'm
did I-
sorry.
Ah,
Well, what you opened up awfully. All right. So,
no.
what did you like about the movie?
I enjoyed the silence.
Yes.
It was really refreshing for a movie not to have music packed every scene. Like there was my favorite scene, one of them is when one of the crazy ladies is after David and they're just running. No music, nothing. You just hear them running through the hotel.
Oh yeah.
What scene is this?
When the lady murders
his
brother.
dog.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And then they're
brother.
just running.
There's no music.
There's nothing. It's
It's
just
shot just so
Yeah.
like.
And then
it's just-
and it's like her thumping, like running really poorly. She's
It's-
like,
there's just two people running and it's like super just they're not even in the same take at all.
It's so
Pause.
good.
Pause. Have you seen the Lobster? No. Have you seen the Lobster, Jen?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. Okay, keep going. I
You
thought
just
you were
don't
gonna.
watch it.
It's really.
It's
fun.
really
We
weird.
seem like we're not making sense, but the movie really doesn't
The
make
movie
sense. So like,
Well, the movie makes sense.
But yeah.
does it?
Yes, I have. Do you guys have
There's
questions?
like two different plots.
Okay, you guys have
Oh, yeah,
questions?
no.
Okay, cool.
We have that one freaking
All right,
question.
nice. I hope that I can answer them because I've seen this movie like this is my third time
We were
watching
actually talking about that, and we were like, and Austin was like, I really want to know this, and I'm like, the thing is, we're gonna ask these questions, and Devareay is just gonna like know.
it. I might.
And then we're gonna feel really dumb.
I might.
Oh,
But I'm
I'm
sorry,
not
keep
gonna
going.
feel
Keep-
dumb
keep
at
going
all.
with what you
I'm
like.
always
I
dumb.
will though, because I
Go
care.
with
But
like-
other things I really enjoyed were just like the lack of just everyone was just so in this world. You know? Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it did,
But I
dude.
can picture how.
Is that it? Is that it?
No,
Or-
it's
oh.
like as if when okay. So everyone just they understand the rules of this world and they're just so engraved in every character that things like when the biscuit lady dies, no one is like, "Oh my god, the
Yeah.
biscuit lady." They're just like, "Ah."
They're just
Oh my
blankly
God.
staring at her when she's
Well,
laying
no,
there.
there's some people helping her though.
Yeah, but they
Kinda,
just
But they're just kind of like.
David
Yeah,
literally
because
just
no one liked her. No one
Yeah,
liked
exactly.
her.
And the funniest part to me of that is that they cut out and the biscuits are laying on the ground.
I didn't even
at
see
them.
that.
It's so.
She jumped.
funny.
Wait,
She jumped with the biscuit, like a mid biscuit bite, jumped off the ledge.
it's
If you haven't seen this movie, you're probably like, "What are we talking
I
about?"
need
But
to watch
if you have seen it, you know what we're talking about. It's really funny. But okay, I'm sorry.
But yeah, and those are some of my favorite things.
Very well.
There you go.
We're gonna go to Claire. I'll go
You
last.
wanted to say yours?
I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go. Jesus Christ! We gotta.
Oh, it's caught on the cord.
We need a new function. We need a new way to do this.
Austin, the cord.
The cord.
Question.
So, things that I like just artistically, I guess, about it. The music too, I agreed. Cause there was all these long silences, and then the music would be like weird, somber, classical stuff in moments that they're kind of doing what seem like everyday things. So he's just washing his hands or something, and then there's slow, sad violin music playing in the back.
It's a sad movie.
But it's not. It's just in the actual intense moments there wouldn't be any music.
Well,
It would. Okay.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. I know what
what
you
I
mean.
was saying, they flipped it to where in a traditional movie you would expect that at the climax of the action or whatever there's music, and then this when all the I guess things were actually happening, not the in between filler plot fillers. They were just dead silent, and that was so funny. And then also just the way that everyone was just so weird, and they talked, the things that they did when they were at this dance, and they're just the way these two
what?
they're just all moving really slowly, kind of just
I like how they have everyone's wearing the same stuff. All the
yeah,
women are
that
wearing
was
the same outfit.
that was super weird. And I don't know, it was weird because it was a twist on it. It didn't they weren't always wearing the same clothes until they got to this dance, and then they're just randomly in this scene all dressed the same. It was, I don't even know what I'm fucking saying anymore.
What-
But
All right, is that all you like?
No,
or-
I remember specific the blood with the
later,
shirt.
later.
oh yeah,
Oh,
that
no,
was
okay.
that was really funny.
I think that was funny.
Wait.
I like
think-
her explaining it. Like,
Yeah,
how to
that's
get
what
rid
I
of the
mean.
blood.
Yeah,
And
no,
how
that's what I mean.
and
Oh,
how
oh,
she's
oh.
just like standing there. This girl's nose is bleeding, and she's like just letting it like just bleed down her face, and it's just like what like, and then she's just like, yeah, you get out nosebleeds this way, this way, this way, and he's just like,
I really like the cold open, like where the lady just walks in and shoots the horse, and we're like, what the
Yes,
fuck?
That's the question that we have.
Who's the horse?
Oh, we don't.
And who's the lady?
We'll talk. We'll talk about. I don't think it's no one important, but I think it's just setting up
Why?
like
What the
just. We'll talk about that later. All right.
Okay.
Well, I can answer that right now. I don't think the horse is anyone, and the lady is no one. That literally is it's just there to set up that it's to give us that what the fuck moment and why she's shooting this horse, and you realize because that's obviously someone
so
she
it's
was
just
in
like a
love with or
quick
something.
thing instead of them having to explain what they're trying to do in the movie.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's literally
smart.
what the movie's about, and it's her.
Well, yeah.
So we're pretty sure that's someone she was in love with who had turned into a horse, and so she was like, "I'm just gonna kill him to put him out of his misery." Even though they're living as a horse, they could still. Was it a
she
horse
did
or?
it to be nice.
So we don't know if she did it to be nice or to be an a hole.
Or,
I like.
revenge,
I
maybe.
think it was as a mercy killing because her husband was a fucking horse.
Well, I'm like, you chose to be a horse. Like, you could have chose to be. But they could choose any animal. Like, this dude wanted to be a
Wait,
lobster.
just so we're clear, Claire is victim blaming horses now. Just saying.
Horse girls deserve to go to that hotel. Anyways.
Oh, I really I thought the dialogue in the movie was really funny. It's and I just like how
Distinct.
what
Everyone was like a very distinct dialogue. Like
I think everybody spoke monotone and like really deadpan.
Yeah, that's
and
what
just
he
like,
means that
oh.
the way that they all spoke was weird. But
That-
you made it.
That's
the same
in-
world.
Yeah.
Like,
That's in all of his movies are like that. Like I don't know about I say all movies, but I've only seen like 2 of his movies. But I know
all of his.
this one, The Lobster,
movie.
and Killing of the Sacred Deer. Everyone speaks in like Killing of the Sacred Deer. Me and Jen saw. It's super weird. It's good, but it's
Is
weird.
it a comedy? No.
I don't think it's so.
This
The
one
Lobster.
was, right?
This one's a
Yeah.
comedy, but it's so. It's a comedy, but it's super dry and just
Yeah,
like
Some
deadpan.
people might not.
They wouldn't get
realize,
it.
You know.
Killing of the Sacred Deer, it's a comedy, but it's way darker than The Lobster, and it's really just like, like
This was pretty dark.
it is. But okay,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's very dark, but I also loved I like how the whole like within the hotel, it's about like convincing single people why being single is great. Like when they
Yeah.
they handcuff his hand, so he realizes having 2 hands is better than one. Like
I
she has
didn't
this,
get that until Claire said it.
he has to spend the. Well, she don't even says that, Austin.
I didn't listen.
Yeah, no, that's why I knew it.
Yeah, because lady said it.
Yes.
Jen, you're not even looking. Jen, you're not even paying attention to us. Okay. Oh, did you notice when they're sitting when they're at breakfast, like on Colin Farrell's first day, they purposefully have all the single people facing towards the couples eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
They purposely have that. I thought that was really funny.
You want to
It's-
know something else that I thought about that I'm not.
What?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just say it. What do you think about?
Oh, okay. A moment that I
Just say it.
remembered because I forgot about this.
Say it. Just say it.
Wait, what?
Talk. Because I still want to talk.
Oh,
So just talk.
this is. Never mind.
What? Just okay. Take the
moment. Give the
What
moment.
is it? Yeah.
Head
take
push.
it.
Oh, when there's this moment where they're at like that stupid dance thing or whatever, and it seems like it's like at nighttime, like a prom or whatever, and then these like alarms go off and they open the drapes and it's like dead light outside.
I didn't even think about that.
It's I just remembered
Super
it. That's why I had to say it
Oh,
before I
okay.
forgot.
I'm glad you liked that part, Claire. I'm glad you enjoyed that. What do you do?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Oh, I really like how the single people in the woods. What?
Can we rip your wax pen?
Rip my. Oh yeah, go yeah. I really like how. See, I forgot what I was talking about.
Something about the woods.
The single people in the woods and the couples. I like in the couple retreat. No, there's no button. You just. I like how they both have like really strict and arbitrary rules. Like they both suck. Was it a strike? What is that?
No, that's
What is that?
you're right because they're both like, this is the rules for being single, and this is the rules for being like.
Since when was this that sign?
And they
I
cross.
thought you were telling him to stop.
Yeah.
And they cross, going in two really
Whatever, dude.
terribly separate directions.
So, I'm gonna keep talking. So I like that how he pretty much left one like messed up society where they have like all these dumb rules to a new one. And what did you guys think they were commentating on that moment?
What?
While the bachelor people had rules and the couples also had rules.
Both suck.
Well, okay, that's in layman's terms. All right.
Well, I think they were saying that like the rules in the couples' lives made their lives better, but the rules like.
Dude.
Well, I think it was about like them. It was just a whole thing of them telling them how to live their life. So like singles bad because the rules for the single people were all like they all sucked. Like they couldn't jack off or like do like all these things. And then the rules for the couple were that they had to do things that they like that like should be pleasurable, I guess, to humans.
To humans.
Well, like yeah, because it was all very like.
I love when they fuck. It's the funniest.
It's so weird. It's like
unsexy,
yeah, because they
like,
since I think they're oh my god, it's like since they made it a rule, it made it like that they had to do that. They like don't want to do it, but they like their thoughts in making that a rule was like, no, you should like this, so you have to do it if you're.
I loved when she wanted to just pretty much give a guy like blue balls, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Can we not? It's just awful."
Yeah,
He's like,
it's just
no,
like-
it's gonna help you. And he's just like,
You know what?
This is terrible.
You know what? At first I thought. So when he said, "Can we not do this today? It's awful." I was like, "Oh, he respects her and like thinks it's weird and doesn't want to do it." And then he's like, "Can you just do it for a little more?" And then I was like, "Oh, like yeah,
That's the
yeah."
point.
I know. I got it. I got it the second time. But the first one was like, "Oh, like you know he he just respects women."
I mean, I think he kind of does.
No, yeah.
Kind of.
You know what's weird to me? Like how he doesn't really try that hard to like
He kind of.
find someone.
But that's how it kind of is. We don't really
It's so
try.
weird that like they're not like desperate at all. Really, they're just kind of like.
Yeah, I think the only one that was the guy that
Or in the crazy girl.
the dude that. Well, I think
Riley. Like why was
John
he
C.
in that
Reilly-
movie, first of all?
I liked him. I thought he's.
It was
Oh,
funny.
I loved.
That's one of our questions.
Yeah.
Why was in the movie?
Yes, like,
These aren't real
who does he
questions.
know, though? Who
These
does
are
he
not
know that
real
was like- 'cause
questions.
It was
There's
all
you in there.
it was all British people.
John C.
And
Reilly
then it's
doing
just
an
John C.
impression.
Or like Irish people or whatever.
We asked for real questions. You asked why is John C. Reilly in this movie?
How is that not a real
I
question?
hate
Very
you two.
British, like everyone's like very British, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Oh, he has a lisp," and it's just like John C. Reilly.
like-
I like how the movie at the retreat, people are focusing more on what they have in common instead of actually trying to get to know each other. I thought that
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
interesting. And also,
I have bloody noses. You have bloody noses.
yeah, it was kind of like, it was very superficial and like surface layer. Like no one tried to get to know anyone. It was just, oh, I have a limp. I gotta find someone with a limp.
Yeah, that was super funny.
And then he didn't. It's like, oh no, that's a sprained
And
ankle.
then like his whole reasoning for going out with that one girl was like, she has short hair. My wife had short hair.
Well, he had to make himself like her, which I thought she was kind of hot, personally. I like the heartless girl. I thought she was kind of hot in a weird
I
way.
thought the biscuit lady really just took the cake.
I would beat, but I
Took the
mean,
biscuit.
as soon as she offered me what she offered, I'd be like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing later
I
today.
wouldn't. I would just like eat.
That's
her
another one of our
biscuits.
questions. There's a
Ew.
lot of other questions.
You eat her,
that
you eat her biscuits? You eat her
No.
biscuits, Claire?
I eat her biscuits.
I eat her biscuits too. You would eat her biscuits?
Motor butter biscuit.
You know this is hilarious, Jen. This is the worst discussion ever.
What did you expect?
It's fine. No, we're good. I'm enjoying this. I guess
It's
having a good
fine,
time.
Yeah, it's fine.
As somebody who hasn't seen the movie, this makes no sense at all.
Yeah, we're it's like gibberish, but
You
if you've
have to
seen this,
watch
I'm
it.
sure.
It's
Jen
solid.
has a face of confusion.
I feel like we should
Con-
put a
confusion.
disclaimer in it. Like, probably just watch the movie.
I love how they literally are hunting single people.
Yes.
It's just a funny like
it is.
it's just a funny like, oh, they're literally just being single is bad.
Yeah.
And yes.
Where do you think they came up with the where do you think that they came up with the 45-day rule? Like, why 45 days to find someone? Like, why? That's probably...
These are actually... You guys are asking the question I didn't think at all. Like,
No, I just thought of that.
I don't know. I just thought they just picked maybe...
They're like, that sounds like a good amount of days.
Maybe, I think maybe they just like... It sounds like a good amount of days for that. I don't know. I have no
I
clue.
just said that.
Why are you raising your hand? Just... Oh my God, Austin.
So often throughout the movie,
What are you doing?
I don't know what to
I
do.
hate
with
this.
my
I need to get a
hands.
free... I'm gonna have to get an actual...
Can you see?
Yeah. So often throughout the movie again, there's a narrator that narrates really random parts of the movie. Like at one point, like it narrates a conversation
She just
between
repeats it.
yeah,
And it's as it's happening, she's
Like-
repeating it.
yeah, but it's
So good.
but it's only her voice,
Oh, it's so good.
and it's just random.
Or the one part where it's just silent, he's eating breakfast, and it was just like, he eats breakfast. He thought of his wife for a second.
We can't hear you.
Oh. God.
10 minutes? Let me know when it's at 13, Jen. Oh, this is what happens when you hire your friends to do stuff, guys. Jesus.
Every time 13? I thought you
Just-
just want like a morning. So you can like start to wrap up your...
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay. Thank you, Jen. Never mind. This is what happens when you hire amazing people to do your stuff. They're great. Thank you, Jen. Fucking. What else is there? Oh, any bad? My only thing is I really preferred the first half over the second half personally. I think the second half really kind of
Yeah.
like
I
kind of
wasn't
was.
interested in like that whole loner. So when he goes to when he runs away basically, so he doesn't have to be turned into a lobster. It goes into this whole second part of the movie where he's like with this new person, and then it's just like a whole. They just didn't need it. Like I just didn't feel like it needed it. It wasn't funny. It wasn't as like because the people were more like. Like they were still weird, but like more normal, I guess. They had more emotions, and so it just like kind of switched the whole thing and became like a actual story, which I didn't really care about.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything you didn't like?
So
I don't know why he's just. He changes the way he holds it every time.
ASMR.
Right? This is gonna be a great video. I'm probably not gonna put it all in one video.
God.
this is gonna be great.
That's
Um,
People like it. Yeah, I feel like we should only talk about weird movies.
Yeah, like it's really gonna make no sense,
Yeah.
especially since like we're both already really bad at like storytelling.
Awful. These are terrible.
yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
Wait, fine.
Wait. So we were talking about things I don't like. A thing I did not enjoy. When she kicked the dog, I didn't want to see the dog
Oh, killed the dog.
Yeah.
She killed the dog. You
with
said
her.
kicked.
Well, because she did both.
I thought
She killed it with her. No,
scalpeled it.
no. There's
What?
like the blood all over her
She killed
leg.
it that many times that it was
Like she,
holding up the
Oh my
like
God.
literally
Oh
kicked
my
him
God.
till he died.
Yeah.
That makes it so much worse.
They-
Right.
They even show her feet, and it's covered in like blood when they
I
show her
thought she
feet.
just kicked it like when it was
Oh
dead.
no, no. She really. Yeah. The dog was also his brother.
Oh yeah.
If
It's
that
fucked
makes
up.
sense.
And then he like went into the bathroom to act like he didn't care, and the dead dog was laying there. Oh, you can't hear me.
Yeah.
So we're talking about when the brother died. So basically, this crazy lady who, well, this heartless lady who he decides to like try to like con her into being his partner so he could stay more days, is just the devil kind of, and she kills his dog brother. And I just found out.
Dog brother.
Well, like, and then it cuts to him, like, the dog laying dead on the floor, like, with blood pouring out of it. And then David walks into the bathroom and, like, sees it and has to, like, act like he doesn't care. And then he just, like, starts crying at the sink.
I'm just washing my face. It's just the water.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
slices the hell out
And
of
that,
it.
it was so funny. I'm just washing my face. It's just the water. And then he was all like, or she was like, no, like, you're lying. I knew it. I knew you were, like, a fraud or whatever. And then how did it get to her like chasing him and then him like
It's because she was like, I'm gonna take you.
Oh yeah, she said, "I'm gonna take you in," and then she's holding him by the scruff of his neck, and like dragging him to like the people, and then he just like maneuvers out of it, and like,
You have to watch this
he
movie.
runs away, and then she starts like chasing him, and it's just like this really awkward,
It's
like
the-
clunky
Yeah,
chase scene.
It's like a Wes
It's
Anderson
so
chase
funny.
scene.
And then he ends up like catching her, like the nurse, this nurse that works, or not nurse, she's this maid.
yeah.
Jesus. That works in this hotel wants to like help him. And so she does, and then they drag her to the place where they transform the people into animals and like put her in there. So she like ends up getting transformed. What was she again?
I don't think
Did
so.
it not
This
say?
one-
Oh, that's a question. Like, what the hell do you think she? What do you
Oh.
think she turned into?
No,
A
another
lobster?
question. What do you think when she mentioned, "I'm gonna turn you into an animal that no one wants to be"?
Yeah.
What animal do you think that was? I have no clue, but I saw on a Reddit post that people think it's a rabbit because the Heartless Hoodie was like known for being like the best hunter, and a rabbit is usually prey, and so that would be the worst. And so there's some people saying the worst animal is depending on who the person is, not in general. So for her, the worst animal would be probably the rabbit because she's a hunter.
What if it just meant nothing though? She like it was.
What
just a
animal is
line 'cause
nothing?
It was like no. What if?
Oh,
the
there
line-
is no animal?
The line was just like there's not even like they didn't even think of one. They were just like this would be funny like.
So no, we're just on our favorites now, our favorite stuff.
She just talked about the chase down the hallway.
She said that throughout the thing.
No, I know, but that was the last thing I remember.
Another favorite of my things, the fight at the shooting range. That fight,
The most
it's the most uneventful, most pathetic, and he slaps him.
Slapped him,
It's a great fight,
and then he just like looks upset.
and there's not really any provocation.
Or when that
Or
blonde
provocation?
girl
I don't know.
slapped the girl after she read the letter.
You're my best friend, and even though I'll find other friends, they won't replace you. She just slaps her. It's just, I don't know. How come that girl?
Stand by me.
What did she
Alone.
find? Whenever I'm mad at you guys, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna watch Stand By Me alone. That's gonna be a great. That was.
But she
Why
we
did
knew
she?
She was a horse, though.
But why did she
No
not
horse
find
Big
anyone?
horse.
How'd she not find anyone? Is that one of those like?
Yeah, she was like
Maybe
attractive.
she just. What if she was lesbian?
Oh my god, that's smart. Because
And
yeah,
no,
they asked
no,
when they.
because maybe she was really holding out for her friend, and like maybe like hoping her friend.
You
would-
actually said something.
Y'all
like,
have
that's
some.
Smart.
No, he didn't. You guys are talking about some headcanon right now. This is no.
I thought that was smart.
Okay, fine. It might have been. I was thinking maybe it was a commentary on how attractive people also have a hard time because they don't get approached as much.
Oh, I'm so sorry for people that are good looking.
Fine. Okay, I
It must
guess.
be hard,
I guess
like-
that wasn't right then. All right.
Oh, I remember something I enjoyed.
It's not your turn yet, Austin.
I'm just looking at McGonagall
Jesus
on the
Christ.
screen over there.
Right. Oh yeah. There's the fucking Harry Potter. I would much rather be doing that than doing this.
No, you wouldn't.
I love you guys.
Books.
No. What else is on here? The skits are awesome. The demonstration. I'm taking anything that you're gonna say. I love the one where it's help or no, help. Oh, when the guy's choking.
And then
it's-
she goes, oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of when the heartless girl pretends to die in front of Colin Farrell, and at first he's just like,
Oh yeah.
and then she's just like,
And then she was happy.
I think we're a good couple, and he's
Yeah.
like, I think so too. I like that. Oh, I like the part when he finally gets with the heartless lady, but they have like a completely loveless relationship, and they're going through it's them going through all the motions, but they don't actually love each other, and it's more depressing him being with her than him being alone.
And yeah,
Like,
and what's funny is that like in that society, him being in that relationship with her is more socially acceptable than him just like being single.
I think that's the message.
Yeah. That was it. I was just like trying to like
Well, I'm just saying.
okay.
Jesus.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was just like for some reason thinking about ranch. And I think I like it.
You're thinking about ranch, Claire?
Like, you know, I think I saw like something out of the corner of my eye that was like reminding me of, I don't know.
This is Claire, everyone. Claire's awesome. Ranch. Okay. Oh,
Like, you know,
okay.
when you, like,
Favorite
have
stuff,
a
because I talked about my favorite stuff.
Yes. What?
Favorite stuff that I
stuff?
didn't mention.
We already. Oh,
Or if you wanted to add anything.
let me think of.
While you think, I'll give it to Austin. Cause he has
Yeah,
some
because
stuff.
Some of my favorite things.
Why are you doing ASMR?
Yeah, you just like so.
It's just instinctive. As soon as I grab it, I'm like,
Just
this
talk.
is how you hold a mic mentally. Oh shit.
I have no
You're
water.
like sticking
Okay.
your head out.
Just talk. You talk.
Some of my favorite.
Fuck. I'm trying to remember the whole movie right now. I thought something that was really funny overall was John C. Reilly's overall presence in the movie. I was not expecting it. I was not going into this movie thinking he was in it, and then I saw him. I was like, oh, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh.
So weird. It was so weird.
But that was just, he was really funny in that. Like, there's this one part where they're at the dance and all, and one of the other guys is like, hey, have you ever danced with a girl? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, how did you do it? He's like, what do you mean? Like, it just depended on the music. And it was really weird. Like, he was like, John C. Reilly was the only, like, normal person. Like, why are you asking me such a weird question? Maybe he's from America.
Was that it, Austin?
Maybe. I'll let me think.
If you had to rate it, what would you rate it? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 3, 1 to 10, 1 to whatever you have. I give it like, I would say either high 3, low 4 out of 5.
Well, you didn't even not like that much about it, so you.
Well, I would say, I said I don't like the second half of the movie.
Oh yeah.
The first half is great and awesome,
That's true.
but the second half really brings it
so
like,
boring.
it's really slow and everything. I give it a high 3, low 4 lobsters out of 5 lobster bisques. Lobsters out of 5.
I'll give it 7 biscuits out of a cracked open head. 10 cracked open heads. It would make sense if they watched it.
I give it a B+ on the lobster meter.
Pretty solid.
So yeah, we all like this movie.
I support it.
It's interesting. It's on Netflix now. Go and watch it. Yorgos Lanthimos actually has a new movie out called The Favorite.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Oh my god, that's him.
That's his
And
movie.
That's what we were saying in the, because we watched that preview in the theater, and then we
Yeah,
were like,
and I
oh my
told
God,
you,
we have to see that.
and I even said, this looks like a Yorgos Lanthimos movie, and then it said by Yorgos
Honestly,
Lanthimos.
And then,
as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's definitely his work.
Oh my god, we have
That's
to go
him.
see that.
When you say we, you mean 3 of us?
Yes,
Okay,
that'd be fun.
it would be fun. Jen, pay attention. Over here looking at Harry Potter.
Come too.
Jen can't come to see it with us. Jen's not gonna go. Jen maybe. We'll see. We'll see, Jen. So thank you for watching this video. Do you guys want to plug any social media?
I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank Five Guys Burgers and Fries for supporting me.